God bless you, sisters, women of obedience. Once again, I want to say I'm sorry for not being able to post a video yesterday. We were on our way back from our small vacation and we got caught in the rain. And we didn't even realize that we were under tornadoes and tornado watch. So thankfully, we made it safely home, just a little wet, but we made it back home safely. So thank God for that, absolutely. But today, in all honesty, I'm really not going to be giving a class. What I want to give is a quick advice. Just because, sometimes as women, it's an advice of things that we know, which is time. We already know this, but we sometimes don't put it into action, or we don't accept it, or we don't really we kind of ignore it. And I just want to put this in your ear, and I want you to really meditate on it and rejoice in time. So first, let's go ahead and start by reading Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And it says, "There's an occasion for everything and a time for every activity under heaven. A time to give birth and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to throw stones and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to avoid embracing. A time to search and a time to count as lost. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to sow. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. What does the worker gain from his struggles? I have seen the task that God has given the children of Adam to keep them occupied. He has made everything appropriate in its time. He has also put eternity in their hearts. But no one can discover the work of God that God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for them than to rejoice and enjoy the good life. It is also the gift of God whenever anyone eats, drinks, and enjoys all his efforts." Amen. So what I want to bring with this is, I don't know about you guys, but for me, these next couple of months, as a teacher, I get a few months off school during the summer, and sometimes I begin to feel very anxious and very guilty of basically not waking up in the morning at 5 in the morning and be out of my house by 6 and come back around 3 or 4 in the afternoon to then cook dinner, do homework, go to church and just do all the things that we have to do and get into the routine of every day. So when I wake up in the mornings and not having to wake up in a rush and have to run somewhere, I even at times just kind of feel guilty. I feel like I should be doing something. And I even begin to grow anxious, and I'm like, I should definitely be doing something. Now, please don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean I'm sitting at home just twiddling my thumbs doing nothing. I am doing things like cleaning my house, or going to the store. But while those are things may be regular everyday things for some women, for me, those are actually little pleasures in life that I don't get to do very often. So when I work, I really just have time to go to work, go to church, do the duties here in the house, and then the occasional able to do like the going out to go shopping and things of that nature. But I do begin to feel guilty that I'm not feeling anxious, that I have to be doing something, that I have to be rushing to go somewhere. And so I meditated on this weekend when I went away with my husband, and I said, truly, we as women, I don't know if everyone is like me, but I sometimes feel as though, why do we feel guilty not to do something? Why do we feel guilty to relax? Why is it bad for us to feel okay of not doing anything? Like even when we're on vacation, we're thinking of all the things that we should be doing. We're thinking of, I could probably be reading a book, or I could probably be researching this to do this, or as a matter of fact, let me clean this up a little bit. We are constantly anxiously thinking of things that we should be doing. And the Bible clearly tells us that there's a time for everything. There is a time to work there's a time to rest. There is a time to be busy in our everyday routine, and there's time for us to take a vacation. And clearly it states in the verse, for us to enjoy the fruit of our labor, to enjoy, to eat, to drink, and just relax. It is there for us, and it's okay for us to do that. It's okay for us to enjoy time with our family, and it's necessary. Sometimes, I know so many families that they don't take vacations, or they don't take vacation, of a day or two. They might go an outing one day or things like that, but they don't really take the time to just be with each other. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out of the country or out of the state or even out of your community. I mean, if you can take vacation even at home, but spend time with your family, and instead of the vacation at home being, well, let's clean the house, if the vacation at home can be like, you know what, let's relax, let's watch a movie, let's cook together, let's play a board game, let's just do something fun, relaxing, different, something that's not going to create a fight or a stress. That's vacation, and take time together, because sometimes we labor so hard for material things and we forget to labor for what's most important, which is relationships, to build up those relationships, with our family, with our children, with our spouse, with our parents. We don't do that because we're so busy thinking of other things that we need to do. And we at times even forget to serve ourselves because we're so busy about serving everyone else, and we don't sleep and we don't eat well, and we forget to even do something as simple as putting lotion in our hands. I don't know how many times I'm walking around, I'm like, gosh, why does my hands hurt so bad? Why are they so dry? Oh, when was the last time I put lotion in my hands? It's something so simple that you're like, duh, but it's true. Sometimes we live such rushed lives that we're thinking of everyone else but ourselves, and we forget we need that. We need time to relax. We need time vacation. We need time for ourselves, for our own health, for our own mental health, and definitely our spiritual health. Because if you can't, function well, then we're no good. And so I just want to give you that word of encouragement now for the summer. If you are able to take some time, of course, not everybody gets to have the same amount of vacation time as I do, but even if you can take a long weekend or a week of a time of vacation, whether you can do an in-home vacation or an out vacation, try to do that as a family, try to do that as a couple, try to do that even if you're single, for yourself. A time in which, you're not concerned about the chores. The dishes will always be there. The dirty floor will always be there. Trust me, even if you go out, when you come back, it's going to be there. Take that time for you. Take that time to relax. It is okay. It is not a sin to not do something for one day. It's okay. It's okay to sleep. It's okay to say, you know what, let's go to the movies. Or you know what, let's go to the park. Let's go to the pool. Let's go to the beach. It's okay. It's actually necessary to build those relations, to relax, to rest, so that we can continue the battle. Okay? So I just wanted to give you that word. Take the time to rest. Take the time for vacation. Soak in that sun. Soak in, those hours, because we go into when our regular year starts. For me, the school year begins, and we just start going from routine after routine and things after things, and we get so worn out, and we're so tired. But if we had time to rest, to build our strength, then we can definitely get through the working season and the working time. Okay, so God bless you, women of obedience. Like I said, it's just a quick message. It's actually more of an advice that I wanted to give to all of you, because as women, sometimes we kind of feel guilty and we feel that we cannot rest. We cannot take vacation. And I want to tell you, yes, you can, and you definitely should. And I want you to meditate on these words. All right. So God bless you. I will definitely see you next time in Women of Obedience, and I'll see you around at church.